All right, so this is part 3 of the lecture series on the locator part. So I'm backing up just a little bit. So let's kind of real quick take a look at where we're at. So I'm going to turn off, we've got all of our projection lines. So there is our construction line. We started by projecting the interior lines, excuse me, in the front view. So that gave us those. Then we went over to the side view and we projected the lines from the side view. So, and those were projected up and over into our top view. And at this point, while we've still got our top layer on, we don't know 100% sure where some of these top lines are or where they're coming in at. So we're going to need to start to solve some of these problems here as we go through, and then we'll kind of go from there. So let's go ahead. We started on the object line layer, and we said, all right, let's put what we know. And we know we're going to have in our front view object lines that go all the way through. Now, look, I'm going from the construction line on my left side of the block to the construction line on the right side. I'm going up 1 inches. We're going back over to this intersection point. We're going to back up, and right now we know that this block is kind of an L-shaped look. So I'm just drawing those on. Now let me kind of turn off the side and front view here so you kind of see where we're at with this. Now, at this point, so looking at here, we also know that there is a line here. So, and there should be a line, some lines coming in right here as well. And where are they going to be? So let's go back under our front view, turn the front view back on. So, and now we kind of see where these are at. We can go back into our line tool. So we know that we're going to have one right here. So, and right click repeat, we know that we're going to have a line right here. So let me turn those front viewing plane lines back off. Okay, now, so that kind of solves the vertical lines. So we still know that there is going to be some lines, horizontal lines going over here, but we don't know exactly where those horizontal lines are going to be yet. So that's about all that we can do in the front view right now. So now we sit there and say, okay, well, let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and say, do we want to now solve for the top view, or do we want to solve for the side view? So at this point, I think that it might be a little easier for us to kind of solve the side view. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's turn on the side view here with these lines. Let's turn our front view section on as well. Now, if you are looking at the side view in our print down here, so as you we know that we're going to have more or less the overall box. So let's kind of come in, let's box this in. So we're going to start, we're going to need to trim some stuff out here. But we know that for the most part, the object lines in the side view are going to look something like this. We also know that we've got this shelf here. Remember this 1 inch dimension. So, and that goes up to here. So we're going to have to put that in place here as well. So go ahead. Now we're also seeing this line. So we're going to drop that in place. So on the same side, going to drop that in place. And we're going to drop this line and this line. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn off those side viewing planes here. So, and we'll go ahead and also turn off the front viewing planes. So that gives us the look. Now this is that angled face. And this, of course, is the slot right here. The one thing that we're missing at this point is this angled line. So let's go ahead and let's turn on our side views right now. The front viewing plane lines aren't going to do us any good because we know we've got an object line that moves down here. And it starts at this point. So it starts right here. So let's kind of come into our line. It starts right here and it goes down. We're going to overhang this. Now, you got to think about what is the angle that is being asked there, and that is a 30-degree angle. So notice that's going to be 180 minus the 30 degrees. So it doesn't matter with our length here. So we'll say 3 inches. So that was way too long. Let's go back. I messed up, so we'll say 2 inches, and this is going to be 150 degrees. Right click and get out of that line. So let's repeat it. So now we're doing the same thing from here. So this is also going to be 30 degrees going this way. Okay. Now I can go in now. Let's just trim out this and trim out that. And at this point, we also know that we are not going to need these object lines. So I can kind of go back here, trim out the object lines. Notice it is trimming out the object lines. Object lines take precedence, and we're in the object line layer, so it's not removing the construction lines or projection lines that are on that layer. If I go back and do it again, it will. So be careful that you are removing the object lines only when you kind of do that. So I'm out of my escape twice, out of the trim tool. Let's go ahead and let's turn the side viewing plane off so we can take a look, and that is, of course, what it should look like. Now, we need to now know, so since we see that this comes in, that's also going to come in someplace over here. So let's go ahead and let's turn those side viewing plane lines on. Now we need to create one more side view projection line. So let's go ahead at this point. I'm going to go back into my side view. So activate the side view. Come back to my line tool. So this is the intersection point right here. So we got to kind of go and get this over here. So I'll say an 8-inch line. We'll tab over, and this will be 180 degrees. So right click escape out. So we can go ahead, just trim that part there. Now we have an idea of where this is going to come in at. So, and we can say, all right, so now I know for sure exactly where this will be. So at that point. So, and we'll say, all right, so let's go back now to our object line layer. So, and that means that I've got this going right here like that. So right click and escape out of that. So let's go ahead and kind of turn some of these things back off again. So we're starting to look good in that regard. So now we're ready. To me, as I look at this, so it looks to me like my side view is complete. So my front view, I still have something that should be over here. So, but now I'm going to concentrate on trying to solve this by filling in the top view. So let's go ahead and I'm going to activate the top view layer. So we're going to kind of draw some construction lines here as well. So we're going to go back to the offset tool. So now this one's kind of tricky as you kind of go through this to see, because we need to be aware that so if we look at this, well, I tell you what, let's kind of go back. Let's just start to fill in what the top view, what we think the top view looks like right now. So if we go to our object line, so let's go ahead. We know that we've got something that's basically going to be the outside of the box here. Okay, so let's turn on our side projection lines and our front projection lines so we can kind of start to fill this in. Okay, so at this point, so we're going to kind of, something's going on here. So we've got a line, so it doesn't go all the way over from here. So we're going to go from here to there. Then it goes back over. So we're filling this in to kind of get and solve what this should look like at this point. So now let's take a look. Let's turn these back off for a second. Okay. So notice, so we've got something. Now we know that there's really going to be some type of a curve here. So, and we know as we would be looking down that we should be seeing lines here and kind of a cutout in this area here. So let's kind of turn these back on and see if we can solve where those should be. All right. So at this point, so I have the object lines that should go from here to there and from here to there. So and I know that I've got a line coming up from here, but there's something else that's going on right here as well. So, and as we take a look down here in the print, we see this 0.3 dimension, or actually that's a 0.5 dimension. So we're going to use some projection lines here on this one. So, and we're going to say, all right, let's go into our top view here. So, sorry, we activate the top view. Okay, and now we're going to project some lines here and offset these lines as well. So we're going to offset the distance of 0.5, and that offset is going to be from here up and from here down. Now notice, because I picked up the object lines, how it offset, and that's all right. So, and at this point, we know that there's something in the center here as well. So I'm going to also project up, and this is going to be half of the 3, so 1.5 there. Now, so let me kind of show you, escape out of the offset tool. Let me go ahead. So I just projected these 3 lines. Those are going to be on our top viewing plane lines as well. Now notice the yellow doesn't come out that well. So if we might need to change the yellow color, so not a big deal. So let's go back in. If I go into my layer properties, rather than using yellow, let's go, maybe this gray, light gray here might work a little bit better. Let's try it. So, all right, there you go. I can see that a little bit better. So we'll cancel out. So now I can see those a little bit better. And they help to give me information with where they're at. Now I'm going to stop here in a minute, but let's go ahead, and we need to project some of these lines over. So I'm going to extend all of these projection lines over to my 9th line. So rather than trim, let's go ahead and use the extend tool. So now we're just going to kind of extend these over. So until I hit my intersection line. There you go with that one. So we're doing the same thing here. So till I hit the intersection, and we're doing the same thing there. So we've got those. And now I can kind of create the lines down. But at this point, I think this will be a good stopping point for this video.